Yeah, beautiful. They're down in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we still got everybody around except for Don Mack, clear on the end.
Yep.
He passed away. Bobby Marshall passed away. Ted Johnson passed away. And Rick Ferkel passed away. But everybody else is still kicking.
There's Ted there in the middle with his stash.
Yep.
Look at Steve. Look at that guy standing next to him. That's a pretty cool looking shirt you got on there, Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Scruffy next to you there, next to Steve?
That was like February of '79.
Is that Ferkel there next to you?
Yeah. Wolfgang, Rick Nichols, Dub May, Bobby Allen, Steve, me, Rick, Terry Gray, Don Mack,
Sammy?
Bobby Marshall, Shane Carson,
Oh, look at Shane.
Johnny Bieber,
Sammy.
Ted in the middle, Johnny Bieber, and Sammy. A bunch of young folks.
Look at Shane there. Ooh-wee. Poor old Smith and Mrs. Smith. They were hanging out by themselves, and I roll in and go, let's find something cool. You got the sky organised. Oh, look at that sky. Oh, there's so many good photos places here, Smith.
The load on the highway.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You got a good one there, Danny.
She's a keeper, as they say. I'm stuck with her now.
Yeah, I'm looking on the back of this shirt. I'm looking for the winners list. I'm looking.
I was almost on there once.
When were you almost on there?
That year, Sides won it. The tire blowout fest.
Oh.
Wasowski was leading. I was second. And we were the only two that hadn't blown out. Wasowski would take off early on the. They had 5 or 6 green-white checkered.
Yep.
He'd take off early, and I'd save my tire, and he blew out. As the caution come out for maybe somebody else. And I thought, man, I got this. She went down on the back stretch.
Oh.
And there was like 50 grand out the window.
What would you have done with 50 grand anyway?
I'd spend it on something. I don't know what.
Probably this.
Race car.
Yeah. Look at this. It is all about the detail here, Steph.
Getting her in.
Look at that. Get her done. Well, somebody's got to clean this deal up. Those sunglasses are so good.
They're nice, aren't
They ain't. They are nice.
Where'd you get them at? What truck stop?
This is so good. Don't ever smoke, young man. This is what could happen to you.
Yeah. Tried to stump my growth, but that didn't work.
To dominate. You know how they say that dogs look like their owners? You ever go to a town that someone's from and you look around and you just see something that reminds you of them? Huh. What is that, Steph? Is it the Mead paper factory or something?
It used to be Mead. It's excellent. Bought out by somebody.
It was made for years, yeah.
Yeah. Sarah Fisher had her on the car back in the day. This is the best trailer ever. If they'd seen what we went through while Steph was loading that thing. I don't want to use the word shit show, but it could have been, right? We was heading to Weber Valley. We're just looking for a shop that really typifies Danny Smith. And we think we found it. Keep going. Keep going. Look at that. Yep. Actually, Steph's idea, believe it or not. She wanted to get that in the background. For some reason, she thinks it's relevant.
probably got a wet ass.
That's what she said. Look at that. So where did you get your sense of humor from? Your one-liners, because they're pretty legendary. You're as dry as the desert.
That was from the Big Smith, Michael Smith.
So Dad was pretty good with the one-liners?
Yeah, he was good at it, yeah. Yeah, like he'd let a big fart and somebody complain. He'd go, fragrant, isn't it? The best Mike Smith story was when Ed Starr and my dad flew in for the Classic in '96. And Ed says, we're in the LA airport. Your dad sits down and pops off his shoes, and there's this orange toenails and yellow toenails and jagged. He gets out his Desinex foot spray, sprays down his feet, clouds up the whole lobby. He said, that was perfect. That was my dad. He didn't give a shit if the sun came up or not. He was more of a legend in Warrnambool than I was. Everybody knew Big Smith.
That's gold.
Him and Jock were buddies.
Yeah, right.
And they hung out together.
Dean Jacobs, huh?
Yep.
That's who we blame.
That's all his fault.
It's all on Dino.
So how did you meet? And it was because of him?
Yeah. Speedweek opening night in 2006. That was June. Speedweek in June. We buried Jan in April, so I wasn't really, I was just there racing.
Yep.
And
staying busy.
After the heat race, we had quick time and did not transfer through the heat. And back then, I think the best you could start out of the B was like 12.
Yep.
So I was pretty much pissed off. My bleeder was stuck, and I'm working on the bleeders. And I got to run the B, and I'm not going to start up front where I should have. And here come Dean Jacobs with his arm around Steph, kind of dragging her. She was kind of, I don't know, maybe reluctant. I don't really know, but I never met her.
There was no drag marks on the dirt behind her, was there? Like,
yeah. I known Dean forever, and I know a lot of people from Chillicothe, friends forever, but I never met Steph. And he come dragging up, hey, Smith, I got somebody to meet you. And I kind of like, hey, I'm working on the bleeders. How you doing? And went back to working, and well, I just thought I'd introduce you, and away they went. So got my bleeders fixed, transferred through the B, and whatever happened. And then during the week, we kind of run into each other and started hanging out. John and Kelly B, race fans from here in town. I've known them before.
Yep.
I knew Steph. But they were all together, camped together, cooking, and I ended up hanging out with her during the week and on and off between races. And I started, one night we were drinking a little bit, probably drank a little too much after the races, and we went to Eldora, and it was hot, and 10,000 to win, and I'm starting on the pole. And I didn't know at the time what was wrong, but they threw the green. I couldn't tell where I was at, where I was going. I was dizzy. Well, it turned out I was dehydrated.
Yeah.
Speed weeks, 100 degrees all week long.
Yeah.
9 nights in a row. That was the final night. And I pulled in and went down to the ambulance, and they checked me out. And then here she come running down with.
Aww.
She didn't know what was wrong. She's in the grandstand sitting with her papa and the race fans. They were on the grandstands. And then we started hanging out a little bit more after that.
So you really were like the doctor in Days of Thunder for Cole Trickle.
I don't know about
You
that.
didn't say, doctor, isn't that really what you're looking for? You didn't. Please tell me you didn't go that way.
Yeah. Well, we just started hanging out, and she turned out to be a, pretty good person to talk to, a good friend. Turned out to be a good friend, and then maybe a few months later in July, maybe we started dating.
It's from June, a few months later in July.
June, July, that's a month later, yeah.
So let me hear your side of this story. You walk up, you get dragged over by Jacobs, who says, what? I want you to meet my friend.
Yeah.
Did he tell you anything about it?
He just said, I have a friend of mine I want you to meet. And literally did kind of drag me over. And Danny was a little busy and tied up and
So did you think he was grumpy or just busy?
busy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't take it. I just
Yeah.
grain of salt.
Okay. So what made you stick around to be around that much longer when he started to dehydrate and you ran down there?
Well, we kind of like, I mean, just with friends, hung out.
Hung out during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playing cornhole.
And yeah, when Dean was the first night of Speedweek, and then Eldora, when I got all dehydrated, that was the last night.
Okay.
So the whole week went in between there.
Yeah.
Just kind of hanging out, saying with each other, because I knew all her friends, so it was easy to hang out with because I knew them. And
It's his sense of humor, isn't it? Because he's pretty funny.
He's pretty funny.
I haven't seen him naked, but he's pretty funny.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So at what point did you think, oh, this guy might be all right?
Just the more I got to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big heart.
Yeah.
Had just lost his wife. And
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a lot about that for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was more of a friendship at first. And then.
Yeah, I think our first real date was 4th of July. Fireworks. But
Wow, so you put the fireworks display on for her?
that was the first time I seen her not at a racetrack. I came over for 4th of July. Went and watched the fireworks. Then we started hanging out more and more and more.
Steph, can I ask you, without asking you, I'm going to ask you. The anniversary comes up every year for Danny with Jen. And it's obviously something that still tugs at his heart. What's it like for you? Because he's your soulmate. And you have to understand that there was a life before that,
It was before me, yeah. And she was a huge part of his life. And
Yeah.
we actually even planted a tree in our front yard in memory of Jan. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that he had a life before me
Yeah.
and had from what he's told me, a wonderful wife.
Yeah.
Things didn't end how he expected them to end.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's kind of talking and leaning on each other with Jan probably even brought us closer together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. She was. Everything went well. I mean, there's some people that probably wouldn't want to hear about that.
Yep.
And I had went out with one other lady before that, went to dinner, and I'm not ready for this.
Yep.
But then a few more months goes by, maybe, and we met and started hanging out as friends, and you know, what are friends for?
You are a remarkable person in your working life as well, Steph. Like the work that you do in palliative care, we call that in Australia, which is hospice, right? Where people are in the
long-term care and hospice. Yep.
in the last stages of their life.
Yep.
What an incredibly challenging, but I imagine at times pretty profound career.
Yeah. You live and make each day and each moment as good as you can for like the residents, my patients and their families. So, and some of them don't have families.
Oh, wow.
So we are their family. So, yeah.
She tells me stories. She's had one guy in the past that one day he's going to chop her up in little pieces and bury her in the backyard, and then the next day
I'm his favorite, and he loves me.
and he wants to get married. You know,
Wow.
That's the people she dealt with that had a lot of problems, and she is the right person built for that job. As I found out, she's easy to talk to. She's very sensible, nice to anybody. She's never met a stranger. She'll help anybody.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I got to see him in action. I get to see him in action every time he races. He gets to see me scrape mud or change shocks or
I
put
saw
fuel
you
in
in action once.
Pennsylvania. He got to see me in
Pennsylvania, we
action.
were-
And what does that mean in action? Does it mean you punch somebody or?
No, her being a
You have
nurse.
to do. Wow.
We were at Mercer early in the night before anything started. Car next to us. I think they were on an open trailer, and the car was there. And I kind of working on the car, walking the trailer, look over, guy's laying on the ground. He didn't look the right color, and there's people starting to go over there. So I went straight to the trailer and said, "Hey, Steph, this guy here needs you. Come on, quick." She didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Went out. She saw him laying on the ground. Straight over, checked his vitals. Well, he was dead.
No, first I looked up and said, God, I need your help.
Then she
Because I knew, by looking, I knew he was...
checked the vitals. He was gone. And she had just straddled over him to start CPR. And the ambulance drives up, the squad from the racetrack. And they said, they come in, what's going on? She said, he needs CPR now. And the guy started, she hopped up, the guy started, and she took off to the ambulance. And I didn't know what she did because I was kind of paying attention to him. She come back with the AED, is that what they call it?
The paddles?
Yeah.
Look at me go.
And, I watch her, she hooks it up, pushes the button, and tells them what to do. It says, shock now. She hits the button, jump started the guy back to life. It's like, wow, that's pretty damn awesome right there. And it turns out he needed bypasses very bad.
Yeah.
He got the bypasses. And it was, I don't know, a few weeks later, we're at the track, and he come walking up. And he says, I want to shake your hand. And she said, I want to give you a hug.
You said, you look better than the last time I saw you.
And it
Wow.
turned out that Dean Jacobs was good friends with this guy.
No way.
So,
A friend of his, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
He was a good friend. And so
You can run the cushion, but she can save people's lives.
I was pretty impressed. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She knew exactly what to do, and she did it.
So you have a racing history as well, because your dad was very much involved in racing.
In Southern Ohio. Yep.
Didn't get to race himself, but
Nope.
built cars.
Starting at 14 years old. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, we take a 32 Plymouth frame, we turn it upside down, and then we do this and do that and weld this. And he told me all about his days of building cars. And it was pretty cool, pretty interesting to listen to him. And, just a racer. Like everybody wants to go race, they go race. And I think on his mother's side of the family was a long line of racers in Southern Ohio. And some of them even drifted out and did a little bit of NASCAR stuff, or was going to do some NASCAR stuff and lost his life. Can't remember exactly, but I think it was Gene. Was a really good. Gene Timmis was a really good driver in his day in the 50s around Southern Ohio. Won a lot.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So me and her dad got along pretty good because I like to build stuff and I've built my own cars. And
So when we got together, I lost my dad.
I was going to say, so your dad's
My dad
a race
hit the
fan
road.
and you're dating Danny Smith.
My dad hit the road with Andy.
yeah,
Left me at home working.
Wow.
so when Steph couldn't go, Dad go. Keep an eye on me, I guess.
Yeah. Make sure you're doing the right thing. I understand.
Yeah.
You travelled to Australia with this guy. You and I actually met or hung out at a very reputable place in Kalgoorlie in Western Australia. not the most scenic place in the world, but did you get a chance to see how much he's revered and loved in Australia?
Oh, yes, for sure.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it?
Surprisingly, yes. Yes. He's Danny Smith. I'm like, he's Danny. He's Smith.
Yeah, that's because that's what you call him, right? Smith.
Smith. Hey, Smith.
That happened a few times today.
So yeah, when the Australia thing grew and grew and grew, and then when the Fan Appreciation Day moved to is White Horse? Is that the name of it?
The Flying Horse.
The Flying Horse. When it moved there, it got really huge.
Yeah.
And I think that was where she went the first time.
Oh.
And realized how big a deal is in Australia that the classic is.
Yeah. And then you had the Matthew Reid car, which was very cool to think that an Aussie did that.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And that top wing ended up in the high V at Knoxville, so that's...
Well, it keeps the rats away.
I was talking to you before, Steph, about it, when everyone responds to a picture I send out of him or something, the word legend comes up. Legend is a word that people use a lot, rightly or wrongly, but they talk about him as a person as much as a race car driver. You must be very proud of him as a person more than what he does in this thing.
Yeah, he has a huge heart. He's a giver. If you don't know him, you don't know. But any time someone gets hurt or an auction or a benefit to help with children or raise money, he's actually given before where I thought we were going to have to get a loan to cover what he's given.
Right.
That kind of tells you how big a heart he has.
I wish I could do it more.
Or even, yeah.
The older I get, the slower I get, and still running my own race car. We don't make as much money as we used to.
Yeah.
We used to run, win 10 a year or 15, and
Yeah.
and don't make as much money, so that kind of limits the giving. But
Is that a form of giving back, Danny?
yes, when my shop burnt down,
Yeah.
a lot of people gave,
Yeah.
and I was like reluctant to use their
Yeah.
money. I just felt like I'm using them. And then, of course, when Jan died, a lot of people gave. And then when somebody got hurt, I'm going to give back.
Yeah.
And that was my way of giving back. Appreciate what everybody did for me over the years.
We talked about that earlier tonight, about how you can be friends with your heroes in this sport. You can't just become friends with, right, Sammy Sosa,
Yes.
or Patrick Mahomes, or, Joe Montana, or people like that in other forms of sport, whereas we can do exactly what I'm doing right now. It's crazy, isn't it?
Sprint car drivers, families, fans, friends become one big family. And that doesn't happen in football or NASCAR or drag racing. It's a whole different group of people in sprint car racing. So, yep, it's fan friendly. You can't just walk up to anywhere in the NASCAR pits and go and ask for an autograph.
No,
that doesn't happen. So, yeah.
Do the dangers of the sport worry you at all with him, or is he? He's pretty sensible these days, but
He's sensible, but he's
shit can go wrong.
had injuries and things can happen at any time, which can happen.
In 2010, when I had my freaky accident at Attica and had burst fractures in my lower back and had to have surgery, that was first night of Speedweek 2010. We had just bought this place, spent 2 or 3, maybe 4 months fixing it up, doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
On that night at Attica, when I got hurt, she was taking the last load out of her house in town and bringing it here. And I got hurt, and of course she found out, and her dad was there, so that was probably good for her to know that. They took me to the hospital, did some X-rays. Yep, you've got a broken back. We're going to fly you to Columbus. Storms everywhere that night, all around there, and they couldn't fly the helicopters. They had to ride me in the ambulance 2 hours to Columbus.
Wow.
Yeah, she beat me there to the hospital.
Of course.
So, yeah.
My phone started ringing off the hook, little Jerry. And I thought, I've got to get this house done because we had to be out by the weekend. We were closing on the house. And I thought, oh, Jerry, I'll call you back after I get finished. Well, then he called again. And I'm like, I'll call you back. And then Tina Jacobs called, and I was like, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. So, and then Tina was like in tears. And then as soon as I answered and heard her voice, I knew something was wrong. So.
He's still around and still annoying now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We dodged a bullet there, didn't we? Do you love this sport?
I do.
Thank God. Because he had a choice, right?
Yep.
He could stay in Indiana and sell insurance.
Yep.
Or he could move
He
here.
could get a job with insurance.
Yeah.
In Indiana, or move here.
Which was never going to happen. I can't see you doing a job.
Jobs is the worst 4-letter word there is.
4-letter word?
Jobs.
Job.
So, okay.
Too honest
Plural.
to steal, too lazy to work,
That's right.
drive a sprint car.
So you gave him an option. You said, move here. I'll work. You can work on this red and white money pit. Or you can get a real job and I'll move out there.
But it made sense because, my mom and dad were gone.
Yeah.
Grandmas and grandpas were gone.
Yeah.
Sister moved out of state.
Yeah.
It made sense because her family's going strong, and how much family means to anybody.
Yeah.
I know how much her family, getting to know her, meant to her. So it made sense for me to move here. She kept her job out here, was home with her family, and I was driving from Indiana to Ohio about every weekend to race. So it worked out well.
Thanks, Dean Jacobs.
Yeah, thank you, Dino.
Thanks, Dino.
So what have I got on the roof here, Smith?
Camera. 1980. It was a hood that never actually got used.
Okay.
And Spurlock gave it to me as
It's so pretty. Look at it.
parting gift when I got
Yep.
let go at Gambler. Quarter midget
Oh, yep. Yep.
was not mine. I found it. It's exactly like the one I raced in the 68, 69, 70.
Yep.
I was going to restore it when I retired. There was no time.
When you unpack the man cave with all
Yeah.
of the shit in the boxes downstairs in the basement, right, Steph?
Yeah.
Bunch of wing panels off my own cars.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Found this little Offie-et quarter midget.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yep.
East Bay Speedway. They have a little booth in a
Flywheel.
flywheel club in Florida that had antique cars in it, and they were selling them. I don't
Yep.
like that. That was my Gambler Chili Bowl car.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And parts.
We don't know where this has come from. Where do you suppose this has come from?
And Steph was in Australia. She went out to the roadside and stole that.
You know I can't believe you when you say that.
Yeah. I had one, and when my shop burnt down in Indiana,
Yep.
it was one I
You procured.
Yeah. Funny
Yep.
story about that sign where I was driving Luke Nash's car. Tom Schmay was with us, and we're going to the races, and Luke hits the brakes, pulls over, and gets out the hacksaw and starts sawing on the post, and Tom Schmay knew we were going to jail. He knew the cops were watching and we're going to go to jail.
Really?
Yeah. It was funny.
Didn't happen though.
Yeah. Bought the Rick Ferkel tail tank at a benefit auction.
Yep.
Autographed by him. I got to hang with Ferkel in Florida, or in California, 75-ish.
Yep.
Went to California to the races. The car I was working on broke, so I rode around with Rick for a month and learned a lot from him.
What about this thing up here? This looks pretty cool. This box up here. What's that?
That is one of AJ Foyt's old toolboxes. It's got a letter on this. It's his.
Yep. A letter of authenticity. Is that what you were going to say? How's he going with his language these days?
Yeah, it was AJ's.
Yep.
In my unfinished man cave, I got a lot of AJ Foyt stuff. He's
Nice.
kind of one of my heroes.
Yep.
Because when I was a kid, he won in sprint cars and dirt cars and
Yep.
cars and stock cars, and
Yeah.
he was kind of a hero. So I started collecting his stuff. Got some stuff. Got an AJ Foyt mud flap. That's cool. And got
Yep.
some of his die cast. Got some signs from the old Indianapolis Speedway Museum. AJ Foyt cars. I got one of his pit boards.
Oh, nice.
And then a lot of collectible stuff from AJ.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you got your 66 Captain Jack.
66 Captain Jack.
Yep.
From the car, the tribute car I had for him.
Yep.
Stickers on the garage door.
Yes.
Quick load.
Yep. That's aluminium boat trailers there, Danny, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Aluminum.
Yeah. Hey now, Steph, you're on my team.
Aluminum.
And someone brought up a really cool story about this car earlier today when I put a picture up about you that you won 5 races in a night.
Yeah,
in Sedalia?
we ran at Sedalia, Missouri, 360 and 410 NCRA, driving Bob Fieldhauer's 12X car.
Yep.
Won the heats, trophy dashes, and both A mains on the same night. That was pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
He was just.
Oh, Beaver Bob would have loved that.
Even Bob loved it.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
And you got some cool stuff out here. Have you ever thought about being like a mentor to a young talent? If there was like a dad out there is like, hey, I want Danny Smith to teach my kid how to race without you turning wrenches, drive a
I
coach.
haven't thought about it real hard. I have thought about it.
I've thought about it.
So it's where I think it should naturally end up at some point, right?
I could.
How many years have you been racing?
Oh, this is 52.
Right. So you've got a
been going
reasonable
to-
amount of experience you
I've
could
been
pass
going to the
on.
racetrack every weekend on the summer since I was 12. Maybe when I quit, I'm going to just go on vacation.
I call bullshit.
I want to take Steph to some places she's never been. Grand Canyon and
Yeah.
out west.
You took it to the super pit in Kalgoorlie. It's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same. Took us through did a bit of window shopping in Kalgoorlie and Hay Street.
Yep.
It's like going to Amsterdam.
Almost did the deal to trade her in, but we couldn't negotiate the right price.
After all these years, he still makes you laugh, Steph.
He does.
Thank God.
Thank goodness.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see it in Knoxville. It's coming up, Knoxville Nationals and the Breakfast with Champions. Danny's going to be there with Ricky Warner and Danny Lasowski, and going to try and put together a very cool t-shirt as well.
Ricky's going to be there?
Yep.
Cool.
Correct. I reckon you know him pretty well.
A couple of legends right there.
Absolutely. Well, and you. That makes 3.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
Yeah. You're old enough to be a legend, mate. It's all good. I told you that. People call you that.